Lord, the crowd still won't let you go. We must leave before nightfall.
Then let us go, Peter. For the storm rages not only in heaven, but also in hearts.
The sun hangs low over the Sea of Galilee, painting the waters in strokes of amber and gold. The ancient lake stretches vast before us, 13 miles long, 8 miles wide, cradled between rolling hills that glow green in the fading light. Along the western shore, the town of Capernaum bustles with the final activities of day. Fishermen mending nets, merchants closing their stalls, mothers calling children home. But on the pebbled beach, a different scene unfolds. Jesus of Nazareth stands at the water's edge, his sandaled feet darkened by the lapping waves. Behind him, the crowds still linger, hundreds of souls who have followed him throughout this long, demanding day. They press close, hungry for one more word, one more teaching, one more glimpse of the kingdom he proclaims. His face, though kind, bears the weight of exhaustion. Even the Son of Man needs rest. The 12 disciples gather nearby, their weathered hands pushing a wooden fishing boat toward the water. The vessel rocks gently, its hull scarred by years of labor, its single mast standing like a sentinel against the orange sky.
Master, the boat is ready. We should leave now if we're to reach the other side before nightfall.
Jesus turns to face the multitude one final time. His eyes sweep across the sea of faces. The sick he has healed, the broken he has mended, the lost he has found. A gentle smile crosses his lips, and he raises his hand in blessing.
Let us go to the other side.
The disciples wade into the shallows, steadying the boat as Jesus steps aboard. Andrew and John take the oars. James and Philip position themselves at the stern. Peter, ever the seasoned fisherman, takes his place at the rudder, his strong hands gripping the weathered wood. The crowd watches from the shore as the vessel pushes away, growing smaller with each stroke of the oars. Some wave farewell, others stand in silence, already missing his presence. The boat cuts through the glassy water, leaving a silver wake that catches the dying light.
The wind is in our favor, Peter. We'll make good time.
Aye, but keep rowing steady. This lake can turn faster than a man can pray.
How true those words will prove to be. Jesus moves toward the stern of the boat, where rough sacks of grain and coiled fishing nets create a makeshift bed. He lowers himself onto the cushions, his body finally yielding to the exhaustion of the day. The rhythmic splash of oars, the gentle rocking of the boat, the whisper of wind across water. These become his lullaby. Within moments, he is asleep. But as the darkness deepens, something changes. The wind, which had been their friend, begins to shift. Subtle at first, a different touch upon the cheek, a new direction to the ripples on the water. Peter's eyes narrow. He has fished these waters since boyhood, and he knows their moods as a shepherd knows his sheep. The western sky, moments ago aflame with beauty, now darkens with something more ominous. Clouds gather on the horizon, not the gentle clouds of evening, but towering masses that build upon themselves, reaching upward like dark mountains in the sky.
Pull harder on those oars! We need to make
The
distance!
boat, which moments ago glided smoothly, now pitches and heaves like a wild horse trying to throw its riders. The disciples scramble to their positions, their movements born of instinct and experience. But this is no ordinary storm. This is something primal, something ancient, as if the very elements have risen in rebellion.
Lower the sail!
Thunder splits the sky. Not the distant rumble of summer heat, but cracking reports that sound like the earth itself breaking apart. Lightning follows, jagged spears of white fire that illuminate the churning waters in violent flashes. In those brief moments of light, the disciples see the true horror of their situation. Waves as tall as houses bearing down upon them, the shore lost to darkness, nothing but water and wind and the certainty of death. The boat climbs each wave like a man scaling a mountain, reaching a terrible peak where they can see the abyss beyond, then plummeting down into the trough, down, 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 until the walls of water rise on every side, blocking out the sky itself.
We're going to die! We're all going to die!
Water crashes over the sides with each wave, filling the boat faster than they can bail. Their hands work desperately, scooping, throwing, scooping again. But it's like trying to empty the sea with a cup. The boat sits lower in the water now, dangerously low, each wave bringing them closer to the point of no return. And still, impossibly, Jesus sleeps.
How can he sleep through this? How can he not see we're perishing?
Even these hardened fishermen, who have weathered countless storms on this unpredictable lake, know they're losing. The water inside the boat is now ankle-deep, knee-deep, rising with each passing second. A wave larger than any before, a mountain of water bearing down upon them, its crest already breaking, white foam tumbling down its face like an avalanche. This is the wave that will end them. In the chaos, in the fury, in the very teeth of the storm, Jesus rises. Water pours from his robes. His hair whips in the wind. But his eyes are calm. Calm as the morning. Calm as still water. Calm as the space between heartbeats. He looks at Peter, at the fear etched into every line of his weathered face. Then he looks out at the storm, and something passes across his features. Not fear, not concern, something closer to disappointment, sadness. Without a word, he moves to the front of the boat, bracing himself against the mast. The disciples watch, frozen, as he raises his hand toward the churning heavens. The giant wave towers above them, already beginning to fall, ready to crush them beneath tons of water.
Peace! Be still!
And the universe obeys. The wind, that shrieking, tearing wind, simply stops. Not gradually, not slowly dying away, but instantly, as if someone has closed a door. The waves, those mountains of water, collapse into themselves and settle, smoothing out like wrinkled cloth pulled taut. The disciples stand frozen, water dripping from their clothes, their mouths hanging open. They look at the calm water. They look at each other. They look at Jesus, who now turns to face them, his expression unreadable in the starlight.
Why are you so afraid? Have you still no faith?
The question hangs in the air like incense, like smoke, like something you can almost touch but cannot grasp. Peter's legs give out, and he sinks to his knees on the wet deck. Around him, the other disciples stand or sit or kneel, but all share the same expression, an awe that borders on terror, a wonder that verges on fear.
Who is this man? Even the wind and waves obey him.
The question echoes across the water, across the years, across the centuries. Who is this man? This carpenter's son from Nazareth, who speaks and nature bows. This teacher who sleeps peacefully while storms rage, then rises to command them into submission with a word, a single word, as a king commands his servants. This man who asks why they fear, as if faith should be as natural as breathing, as if trust should require no effort at all. The boat drifts now in the supernatural calm, pushed by a gentle breeze that wasn't there before.
I followed him for months. I've seen him heal the sick, make the blind see, cast out demons. But this is different. A man can heal through power. Even the prophets raised the dead. But to command the very elements?
No manner of man at all.
And there it is, the truth that will take them years to fully understand, yet begins to dawn upon them now, like the sun rising over the eastern hills. This is no mere prophet, no simple teacher, no ordinary miracle worker. This is something more. The boat reaches the shore as the sun breaks free from the horizon, spilling gold across the calm waters. The hills of the Gerasenes rise before them, still shrouded in morning mist. Jesus steps from the boat first, his feet finding the sand, his eyes already scanning the tombs that dot the hillside. They pull the boat onto the shore, the same boat that should have been their tomb, now safely delivered to land.
There is work to do on this side as well.
He walks up the beach and they follow, because what else can they do? Where else can they go? They have seen creation itself respond to his voice. The storm tested their faith, yes, but it revealed something far greater. That faith is not the absence of storms, but the presence of the one who commands them. Faith is not a shield against the tempest, but the knowledge that the master of wind and wave shares your boat. They learned that night what every follower must learn, that Jesus asks us not to be strong enough to weather every storm, but to trust that he is stronger than any storm we'll face. That he doesn't always calm the storm immediately. Sometimes he lets it rage, lets us struggle, lets us reach the end of our strength, not because he doesn't care, but because he's teaching us something we cannot learn in calm waters. He's teaching us that when we cry out, "Don't you care that we're perishing?" the answer is always yes. He cares. He cares more deeply than we can fathom. But he also knows something we don't. We're not perishing, we're being transformed. On the shore of Galilee, as the sun rises over waters now smooth as glass, 12 men walk behind a carpenter from Nazareth. They walk with new questions, new awe, new understanding. The storm has passed, but its lessons will last forever, for they have learned that the greatest miracle is not that he calmed the storm. The greatest miracle is that he was in the boat with them all along. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. Mark 4:39.